Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. So I released that gold grind video today, and I've already got some preliminary comments talking about how the audio sounds much cleaner. I appreciate that feedback. Like I said, I'm really trying. And this is video number 2 since we've amended the audio, the filters and whatnot. This is going to be a quicker one, but it's an important one, and a lot of people are going to have this question. The title of this video is going to be Chaos Legion packs, or finding the right balance, or buying, how many do I need, or something about that. We need to talk about this. Cyber Gigafactory said, the audio is nearly perfect in contrast to before. Thanks, man. Glad. Second, how would you use $100 when Chaos Legion comes out? $100 in packs or $50 in packs and $50 in cards from the marketplace after everyone has opened them and put them on the market? This is such a good question, and it needs to be answered in its own video so that hopefully more people will see it. I think this is going to be a really important video for everybody who has been eagerly looking forward to Chaos Legion. Why is Chaos Legion such an amazing opportunity? Those packs are going to come out and they're going to be roughly $2 a pack. Those cards in the packs are going to be just like the cards that we see now. Some of them are going to be legendary. Some of them are going to be epic and rare. Some of them are going to be worth a lot of money in the future. But what's going to happen initially is some new player is going to buy, even older players, various players are going to buy packs. They're going to open the cards. They're not going to understand the meta value of a certain monster. And they're going to say to themselves, I don't really like that one. That might be a mistake. That monster, they might be underestimating the real potential of that monster, especially as the new league starts, where we're going to be fighting not just in beta and alpha cards, but we're going to be fighting just the newer monsters in the modern format of league battles. So there's going to be an evolving meta, and maybe these new cards are going to really fit in a new niche and offer a real amazing win potential. But maybe buyers are not going to see that right away. So then they're going to say, I don't like that card, I'm going to sell it. And they just bought the pack for $2. So what's that card worth to them? If they got one pack and it got, a card they want to sell, if they could sell it for $2, that's going to immediately give them an opportunity to buy another booster pack. So a lot of people are going to say to themselves, I'd rather just liquidate this right away. Even if it looks like it's an amazing card with future potential, they're going to want to liquidate so they can buy another booster pack and get the future airdrops from those packs. So it's important to understand that there's going to be a lot of opportunities to do this option 2 that he's talking about, where we buy some packs for ourselves, and you're going to get those booster pack airdrops. But then you save some money and put it into the marketplace, buying the peer-to-peer cards off the sale within the marketplace over at Peak Monsters or at Splinterlands. And we can go in here and we can still see that there are cards that are, get off legendary. There are some cards here that are still relatively affordable. Like this guy here is 29 cents, 25 cents, 28 cents, 30 cents. These cards are relatively affordable, and this is when things have been going crazy with the number of players. So if these are affordable, there's going to be some new fun cards that are really potentially game redefining. And you're going to see the potential in them. And if you have the $50 in your pocket, in your account, and you're ready to go, you're going to see some opportunities that if you act quickly and you set your bids appropriately, or you're just in there at the right time, you're going to find somebody who's selling one that's a really great price. This one's got 5 BCX. It's cheapest of all. Maybe it's the right play for you. So I love the idea that you have a little bit of money to play around in the peer-to-peer market, because there are going to be some cards that are cheaper than all others. And it's sometimes it's despite, reason. Like these 4 cards are quite good in a certain niche. I really like the Nightmare a lot. It doesn't get any respect. The Cobalt Bruiser is a really super effective card when monsters can attack from any position. This is a very effective card when you're in the Little League and you've got it maxed out with the higher shields. So they all have their use, and when you compare them to some of the more expensive monsters, we get into $2 each, $1 each per BCX. This is 3 to 4 times the price point, depending on how many BCX you need to make it maxed out. So these are expensive, and these are relatively inexpensive. And the new ones that come out with the Chaos Legion, I bet you're going to find that some of them are listed for a penny. As crazy as that sounds. Now, maybe the new market forces, because there's so many new game players, maybe it's not going to go that low. But in the old days, it definitely would have been. Maybe it's going to be 10 cents a unit. And even if it's 5 cents a unit, I could really see that. And so there's going to be chances for you to buy some great cards for less than a $2 pack is going to give you. But there's also going to be some amazing opportunity that comes in the $2 pack that you're not going to get from buying these cards off the market. If you buy the packs, you're going to have those future airdrops. And like we pointed out previously on the channel, you're going to get, with Untamed, there was 14 separate airdrops. For every single pack you bought, you had a 14 different chances to get an amazing card, some of which are the best, most expensive cards in this game now, including Yodin, Kitty, and on and on. Those are hundreds of dollars each per BCX. So booster packs give you those airdrop bonuses, but then buying on the peer-to-peer market lets you fill a certain niche. Let's say you need to have a tank on your team. Why don't you spend the $50 specifically defining what you need and filling holes in your deck? You know you need a better summoner, then yeah, you should save $50 and put it to use in the peer-to-peer market, because new summoners are going to release, and those summoners are going to come on, and I promise they're not going to be priced at least not on day one. The cheapest summoner here is Quid, and he's valued at $3.33 per BCX, and that's if you buy 60. $200 to get like a level 6. That's a decent price, I guess, especially in this current marketplace. But the new summoners are going to come out, and they're going to have some ability like, what could they have? There's going to be rare summoners, and they're going to have one ability. They're going to cost 3, and they could have something like, It's interesting to think about this. Let's go over here to Splinterlands, and we'll go over to the how to play down here. How to play, learn more. We'll look at the abilities. You can see all the abilities down here. So what could the new monsters include? How about all your monsters have affliction? That could be a level 3 rare summoner. How about all your monsters have bloodlust? I bet there's a legendary summoner that comes out in the airdrops that has bloodlust. That'd be crazy. How about cripple? Every one of your monsters has cripple. Dispel. All the new abilities that have recently come out, I bet the developers are going to play with, right? They're going to, what about halving? Wouldn't that be overpowered if every monster you shot with had the halving feature? So you need to, it pays to understand what might come, because then you can begin to imagine what sort of combos could come out of that. I think even an opportunity summoner, if something like an opportunity summoner came out, I would be all over it. A double strike summoner, wow. Cripple. So, or a bloodlust. If a bloodlust summoner come out, I'd buy as many as I could, because that's just such an overpowered ability where every time the monster defeats an opponent, it gets +1 to all stats. It's such a powerful characteristic. So understanding which abilities are in the game, and then understanding which ones you would really be excited to see, would be one way to prepare your mind for how you might play the marketplace. But if you're going to do the marketplace thing, recognize the fact that you're walking away from the future airdrops, and those are hugely valuable. So it's really 6 in one hand or a half dozen in the other. They're both interesting and valuable and exciting opportunities. Buying the packs would be, you're not going to regret it. Well, you might initially regret it, because you're going to open them and it's going to be like, it's going to look like a price of $1. Because like I said earlier, the cards are going to be listed on the marketplace for 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents. And that's because those people are desperate to get rid of those cards so they can go buy another pack. But if you are in that moment with coming into it with the mindset that you're going to buy those deals with a anticipation and vision for where those cards could go and bring, where they could carry the meta into the future, that's where you're going to redefine the power of your deck and the value of your deck. That's where you're going to transform the wealth that you're going to receive through a game like this, because you're playing the game, you're allowing yourself to climb higher, and most importantly, you're recognizing that the price does not reflect the value. You're looking beyond price and identifying value, and then taking advantage of that, because That's where you're going to get the penny card, and it's going to turn into, you know, a $5 card. And you're thinking to yourself, I got 20 of those for a dime each, and now they're worth $5 each. And and then suddenly you can trade those and reinvest in packs, or you can trade those and get that other card you really need. So, in conclusion, what I would say about this question is that the focus needs to be on, I think he said, no, he didn't say. Depends if you have no cards at all to work with right now. If you're renting cards to play this game, I would lean towards option 2, because that's going to allow you to fill some holes on your team, allowing you to climb higher in your rank this season and next, so that you can continue to play the game and earn rewards right now. Because when you buy packs as an alternative, if you spend it all on packs, you're going to get random cards, and some of them are going to be very helpful, but many of them are just going to be, you know, you're going to have 1 and 2 of a certain card. You need 20 or 30 of any card to make it really powerful. So option 2 is going to give you that money that you can specifically go and execute a trade that's going to allow you to specifically fill a need that you have on your deck, while still taking advantage of those airdrops to some extent. And option 1 is going to be really, you've already got cards to play with. You're not particularly concerned about filling a niche. Like, you don't specifically need a summoner or a tank. And you're just happy to receive whatever cards you want. Buying packs is going to be long-term the much more profitable play, because you're ultimately going to get all those airdrops, and then you're going to have, you're also going to get some amazing cards in those packs. But I also wonder, there's so many background questions. That's the short version of the answer. But I also want to point, I'm not going to go too much deeper, but I want to point out some other things that you might not have thought of. It really depends on your own ability to analyze value that on the marketplace. If you feel confident in your ability to recognize, to ignore price and recognize hidden value, then I say that's great. That's a good sign. That means you're confident enough that you're going to be able to execute good trades. You're going to find good cards, and you're going to grow your value that way. But if you're going to get sucked in by like what other people are doing, and you're going to kind of follow other people, it's going to be a problem for you, because you're going to buy overpriced cards, and then you're going to lose that money really quickly, and you would have been better buying packs. Another thing to think about is, if you want to buy the packs, will they accept SPS? Do you even have SPS staked? Because for pre-sale, you need SPS staked. And then when you buy it, you need to use the pre-sale tokens that they're going to airdrop you for having SPS staked. So how many airdrop tokens are you receiving? How many pre-sale tokens are you receiving? And do they cover the number of packs you want to buy? And then also, will those pre-sale tokens are actually sellable? So are they going to be worth a certain amount of money that's actually going to make it worth your while to just sell them? We don't know yet, right? The marketplace is going to get involved. There might be a number of whales who really want to buy up every Chaos Legion pack that there is, and they need your pre-sale tokens. If they're paying a premium on pre-sale tokens, then you can flip those pre-sale tokens, forget about the pre-sale, and then put that money to work in the peer-to-peer market as those cards come on the market. What else? Also, will they accept credits, Dark Energy Crystal, SPS, all of the above? If they accept DEC, is it going to be based on market value, or is it going to be based on the 1,000 to $1 ratio? We don't know the answers to these yet. And although I think they're going to accept DEC on a market value basis, we don't know it. And so, and also, is SPS going to be at 35 cents when the pre-sale happens, or is SPS going to shoot up to $1? You know what I mean? There's so many, because are people going to liquidate their SPS in advance of the presale, and that's what's driving the price down the last few days? And then maybe right before, when the presale kicks in, everyone's going to restake, and then there's going to be this drying up of liquidity, and maybe SPS shoots up in value to $1. If that happens, or even 50 cents, if that happens, you need to be able to react and think on your feet. It might change your whole plan. You might be committed to buying these Chaos Legion packs, but then you find out the SPS price spikes. Well, then you go ahead and you liquidate, and you activate that money, that value, to then go play in the peer-to-peer market, as opposed to waiting on those pre-sale tokens and then buying the packs. There's so many variables that it's a really complicated question that it needed its own video, and I really think that it's going to have a lot of value for not just you, but other viewers also. I hope that that's been helpful. I hope that this is kind of my full thinking on it. And it is very particular to your situation. But I personally am going to do both of these activities. because I trust my own ability to find hidden value in cards on the marketplace. And I think I'm going to get a lot of pre-sale tokens, and I think the Chaos Legion booster packs are so important for long-term growth of your the financial appreciation of your deck because of those airdrops. So that's my full thinking on that. I hope that's helpful. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that feedback. Do you think I'm off base on something here that I've said, or is there some point here that you think needs further expansion? The pre-sale token thing is really interesting to me. That's the first time they've done that. And when we get those pre-sale tokens, we don't have to use them now. We could save them and use them on future pre-sales because there's going to be other pre-sales. What are those tokens going to be worth? That's another way we're going to be earning with the same, guys. I don't know if you know that, but there's so much going on here, and it's a great question. Thank you, Gigafactory. P.S. I love Tesla, and the Gigafactory is such a crazy technology, isn't it? Like they just build this massive structure, and they're just like, it's one of those factories is bigger than all the other battery factories in the world. Interesting. Very cool. Love the name. You didn't leave your account name, so I can't throw you any love, but I really appreciate the question. Thanks, guys. Have an amazing day. God bless.